Los Angeles glowed softly beneath the settling dusk, a warm blend of gold and lavender stretching over the hills. Inside their quiet home, laughter floated through the corridors, the kind of laughter that only grows from a healed heart, finally learning to breathe again. Joyce stood in the doorway of the living room, watching Bruce lift one of their twin boys into the air, while the other crawled toward Amber, who sat cross-legged on the rug, giggling like the world was made just for her, and it felt unreal sometimes how far life had brought them. She walked slowly toward the scene, placing a gentle hand on Bruce's shoulder, and he looked back at her, eyes soft, those hazel eyes that once held grief like a shadow, now filled with a tenderness she still wasn't used to, a tenderness that made her heart flutter in that familiar, quiet way. "Come here," he whispered, almost breathless from laughing with the boys, and she slipped into his embrace, their children forming a warm circle around them. There was a time when both of them thought love had closed its doors forever. Bruce had lived through the kind of loss that changes a man from the inside out, and Joyce had survived a heartbreak that made her question her worth. Yet here they were, not untouched by pain but transformed by it. Later that night, after the twins were asleep and Amber had curled beside her favorite stuffed bear, Bruce and Joyce stepped onto their balcony, the city humming beneath them, soft and distant, and Bruce wrapped his arms around her from behind, resting his chin near her temple. "You ever think about how it all started?" he asked quietly, and Joyce smiled, leaning into him, a toy on Black Friday and a blind date they both almost cancelled. He chuckled, warm and low, calling it the best almost of his life. A breeze swept through, carrying the scent of jasmine and night air, and Joyce closed her eyes for a moment, letting herself feel the depth of it, the love she once thought she would never find, the family she never imagined would be hers, the peace that finally felt like home. Bruce pressed a soft kiss to her cheek, saying he was glad her heart remembered, and she whispered back that it did not remember, but finally felt safe enough to try again. He tightened his hold around her, and she laced her fingers with his, the city lights shimmering like 1,000 tiny promises beneath their feet, and in that quiet moment, with love wrapped around them, with laughter still echoing in the rooms behind them, with tomorrow waiting gently before them, they knew one truth: some stories do not end. They simply grow into the life they were always meant to become. For the full story, click the link below. This is Vintage Mike Tales.